Hello. Good afternoon, friends. This is Yagya, and I'm providing the sociology lectures at the Mobishala platform for Yagya. So, in this lecture, we will see the previous year questions and the answers to those lectures. So, starting to the first question, illustrate the importance of education to promote the nationalism in democratic system. शिक्षा का क्या महत्व है और नेशनलिज्म को प्रमोट करने में ये कैसे भागीदारी निभाता है. So, the nationalism was imparted in Indian society during the period of revolution, and freedom fighters were fighting for the struggle against the British colonies. So at that time, due to rise of media, newspaper and print media, the education was highly influenced. People who were getting the Western education as well as the rural education were able to realize that what are the challenges, what are the problems faced by the Indian people, and what are the things needed to be done. They were aware about their rights of life in terms of equality, justice, liberty, and speech and expressions. तो जैसे जैसे भारत में सामाजिक शिक्षा के साथ साथ मॉडर्न एजुकेशन आते गई, लोगों को ये पता चला कि जीवन में बहुत सारे अधिकार हैं. इफ द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट इज रूलिंग आवर कंट्री, देन देयरफॉर they are abide to provide certain rights, and in order to provide them they must enact certain laws. So we follow the principle of equality which was raised in the French Revolution. तो लोगों ने अपने अधिकारों का मांग करना शुरू किया. We saw Mahatma Gandhi was already struggling for the freedom struggle. Again, in the Adivasi movement, there was Birsa Munda. So Gandhi ji, in the rural and urban areas, which was Champaran Satyagraha, and there was Birsa Munda. Then, in quest of justice, we saw many revolutionaries acting towards the principle of justice, and they were seeking the truth to their values. अंग्रेज क्या करते थे? The English people doing injustice to Indians. They were taking high taxes. There were many costs which were to be filled by the Indian people, and further there were many challenges which were to be catered. So during the period of these movements, many people were learned and they were aware about their rights, their duties, and their values. So therefore, the quest for the rights arises, and then comes the principle of liberty. That means there should be a sovereign state, and quest for sovereignty was arose. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose created his own vision, and he formed the army of the people, Azad Hind Fauj. So in this way, the education become a media for the rise of nationalism across the country. It makes the people aware about their rights, their values, and their dignity of life. So, therefore, you can write in this answer that what are things needed to educate the people, the tribals and deprived classes, and various sections of society who are facing challenges in day to day life. After getting education, they become employable and they can assert their rights against the government. So after that, we see the next question. Describe the characteristic of family disintegration in India's joint family system. So India's joint family system क्या है? What is the joint family system in India? And how it is getting disintegrated? That is the keyword in the question. आप जब क्वेश्चन पढ़ें तो पहले समझें कि कीवर्ड क्या है और उसको आप डायरेक्टली टैकल करें. So India's joint family system. So we all know that India has been a highly cohesive family system. There is grandfather, grandmother, and there are grandchildren, there are mother and father. They all living together. There are fufa, tai, chachi, and everyone who come to the family, they live together and create their own sense. They perform various tasks such as child rearing, sending them to school, and getting them married. So these all are functions performed by family. So in modern society, we see that this joint family structure is getting transformed into a nuclear family system. What is a nuclear family? A joint family consisting of three generations together, that is grandfather, grandmother, mother and father, and granddaughter and grandsisters. But in the nuclear family, which arises due to the phenomena of industrialization and modernization, we see that there are multiplex cities and there are colonies built by the various companies across India, in which people who want to work go there and they are working. So in those areas, the working families having a husband and a wife. So therefore, there is a husband, there is a wife, and just one or two children. They just don't keep their grandparents with them. So no grandparents are there. Remember this thing. And now how disintegration is happening? Due to industrialization. So as industrialization is happening, person in search of job getting migrated. तो अगर पर्सन ही माइग्रेट हो रहा है एंड ही सर्चिंग द जॉब, ही शुड नॉट, ही कैन नॉट कैरी हिज फैमिली मेंबर्स ऑब्वियसली. आपको पता है कि जॉइंट फैमिली में दादा दादी, ग्रैंड फादर, ग्रैंड मदर सारे होते हैं, तो उनको वो कैरी नहीं कर सकते इन सच ए unknown area, whether there is uncertainty of job, uncertainty of house, everything is uncertain. तो ऐसे में the family becomes nuclearized in the phenomena of uncertainties. अनसर्टेनिटीज हो जाती है तो न्यूक्लियर फैमिली हो जाती है इन इंडस्ट्रियल सोसाइटी एंड ऑल्सो इन द colonial सोसाइटीज. सो मॉडर्न इंडस्ट्रियल टाउन्स आप देखते हैं, देयर इज एनटीपीसी टाउनशिप, there is AAI Airport Authority Township, and there is OICL Township, in which various engineers are working. They are expert in their field, so they have just one or two rooms in their home, so they cannot keep the entire generations. So therefore, the family becomes disintegrated. Now, what is the challenges after this? So grandfather, grandmother were doing child rearing and child keeping practices. Grandfather क्या करते थे? बच्चों को स्पोर्ट्स के लिए ले जाना, है ना, स्कूलिंग के लिए ले जाना. Now that part has been removed. So childs are facing sickness. Childs are introvert. Children are getting psycho conflicts in getting communicate with the other members of society. तो ग्रैंडफादर ग्रैंडमदर क्या करते थे? कभी टेम्पल लेके चले गए, कभी बच्चों को फुटबॉल फील्ड लेके चले गए, कभी बच्चों को लेके वे स्विमिंग पूल चले गए और रिवर साइड. Now these things are missing in a nuclear family. Nuclear family is a ghettoed culture. Therefore, YD Singh is saying that nuclear family is not that much aligned towards the broader society. It is very limited and very small. So therefore, the cultural changes occur. Children is not fully grown, and he doesn't have the overall idea of society. So आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं. Now coming to the next question. Describe the role of political parties in Indian political system. भारतीय राजनीतिक व्यवस्था में political parties के रोल को आप बताइए. What is the role played by the political parties in Indian political system? सो इंडियन पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम कैसा है? इट इज अ फेडरल डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम or it is rather quasi federal system. So democratic system itself says that there is people's stake in the formation of government. यानी कि जो जनतंत्र है, प्रजातंत्र है, इसमें लोगों की ही भागीदारी होगी, जन भागीदारी होगी. People will cast their vote, there will be voting right, there will be right to speech and expressions, there will be property rights, and there will be right to life and liberty according to the society of that country. So इन सारी चीजों से क्या निकल के आ रहा है? That peoples have their own stake in selecting their representatives. तो वहां पे क्या होंगे? People's representative होंगे. ये कैसे निकल के आएंगे? The people who are working in the societies at different level, raising the voice of the local people and common people for women rights, or in terms of their child rights, in terms of education, in terms of marriage, so on and so forth. जो उनकी आवाज उठा रहे होंगे, वैसे लोग becomes a leader of the political parties. कि क्या होती है? They form political parties. So at national level, we have a national party. At state level, we have state party. अभी 8 पार्टियों को नेशनल पार्टी का दर्जा है, and many parties at state level. So many parties are based on their ability and their connection with the people. Some of parties are having Tamil peoples have their Tamil party for the rights of deprived section and vulnerable section of society. Some parties are raising their voice in order to concern the issues. So issues based parties are there. There are various parties. So in the national level, parties have national agenda. At the state level, parties have state agenda. So writing the answer of such question just emphasize on what are the things inside a political party in the political system of India. कैसे parties are based on religion के भी रूप में सामने आ जाती हैं पार्टियां, majoritarian perspective. So broadly 3 parts में हम इसे classify करते हैं. Okay, so there are centralist party, there are right-wing party, और a majoritarian party जो कि बहुमत की पार्टी होती है, and there is a left-wing party also, which in terms of Marxist perspective there is CPI, CPM, okay, and centralist party which is secular in nature, having highly nationalistic orientation, such as Indian National Congress, and right-wing or majority party can be said as Shiv Sena, that is based on totally religion and religious orientation. तो आप आंसर में ऐसे लिख सकते हैं कि कैसे ये पार्टीज काम करती हैं. In conclusion part, just write the views of Indian needs. Indian population is needing development, employment. तो क्या क्या जरूरत है? अभी डेवलपमेंट की आवश्यकता है. There is need for employment. There is need for development of healthcare, roads and bridges. आपने देखा अभी गुजरात में एक ब्रिज फॉल हो गया है, तो रोड्स एंड ब्रिजेस की भी आवश्यकता है. एम्प्लॉयमेंट की भी जरूरत है, जेंडर इक्वालिटी की भी आवश्यकता है. सो दिस ऑल थिंग्स आर मैटर ऑफ कंटेस्टिंग वोट इन द गिवन पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम. आशा करता हूं आपको ये पसंद आया होगा. आगे बढ़ते हुए हम नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कमिंग ऑन द बोर्ड. How is the policy of Bihar's education effective in removal of higher education problems? हायर एजुकेशन में क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे हैं और बिहार की एजुकेशन पॉलिसी कैसे इफेक्टिव है इनको सॉल्व करने में। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टार्ट योर क्वेश्चन विथ बिहार एजुकेशनल पॉलिसी। बिहार एजुकेशन पॉलिसी originated in terms of Bihar School Education Board at school level. Then at college level, we have various universities such as Patna University, which are providing graduation and post-graduation level knowledge. So during these things, the thing is common that after the COVID pandemic scenario and in the post-liberalization phenomena, the Bihar was quite struggling state in terms of education as per ASER report or Pratham report, एनुअल स्टेटस फॉर एजुकेशन रिपोर्ट, जिसमें हमने देखा था बिहार वाज हैविंग 59% ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड प्रथम रिपोर्ट सेज दैट merely people are able to write and read clearly, despite we see that lots of engineers are produced every year. प्रतिवर्ष कई सारे इंजीनियर्स, डॉक्टर्स, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स बिहार से प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. बट नाउ समथिंग इज लैगिंग इन द एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. शिक्षा नीति में कुछ लैगिंग रह गया है जिसके चलते लोग संघर्ष कर रहे हैं. नाउ दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द सिस्टम कि हम उसे कैसे रिजॉल्व करें, हाउ वी गेट द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दैट पार्ट. फर्दर वी हैव अ न्यू एजुकेशन सिस्टम, दैट मीन्स 5+3+3+4 न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आ गई है. इसमें हम देखते हैं कि पेडागॉगिकल फ्रेमवर्क है कि पेडागॉगिकल फ्रेमवर्क में बच्चों को पढ़ाना है, उनकी शिक्षा पे पूरी तरह से ध्यान देना है. Although we see that after 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, पहले तो सर्व शिक्षा अभियान चल रहा था. सर्व शिक्षा अभियान में सभी बच्चों को 6 से 14 इयर्स में एजुकेशन की बात हुई. Then comes 66th Constitutional Amendment Act. इसने बना दिया आर्टिकल 21A, which provide the right to education to the entire students, and they are compulsory to be provided the education at the age of 14. तो इससे भी शिक्षा व्यवस्था में काफी सुधार हुई. Now coming to the next question. Describe the effect of religion on social organization. धर्म का वर्तमान परिदृश्य में सामाजिक संगठनों पर धर्म के बढ़ते प्रभाव पर प्रकाश डालिए. Why this question has been asked? Because we see that religion plays a major role. Religion plays a central role in our traditional society, which is India's village-based system. Now, in the village-based system, we see that society are mainly agglomerated on the basis of caste and religion. So, in a village, जब हम गांव की बात करते हैं तो एक विलेज में एक ही धर्म के लोग रहते हैं, दैट इज मोनो रिलीजियस विलेज. और जब हम शहरों की बात करते हैं, देन वी सी द ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. शहरों में क्या आता है? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आता है बिकॉज people are caring towards their modernization and development. But the question is asking that how the effect of religion is prominent in the modern social organization. Why? Because Indian society has been largely being dominated by the invaders. इंडिया में पहले इन्वेजन हुआ, इसमें कि तुगलक्स रहे, शर्की डायनेस्टी रही, then there was Mughals. So Indian people feel that we were superseded or dominated by the invaders or mainly Muslim rulers. After that, we feel that there were Christians in majority who were Britishers, Dutches, French, and they all were doing Christianity, they all were promoting their religion, and they all were doing religious conversions. बट लोगों को धीरे धीरे ये रियलाइज हुआ आफ्टर दैट वी स्ट्रगल फॉर आवर फ्रीडम, एंड उसके बाद हमने फ्रीडम लिया, वी फॉलो द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सेकुलरिज्म थ्रू 42nd कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, और हमने प्रियम्बल को सेकुलर बना दिया. बट द सोसाइटी इटसेल्फ वाज फेसिंग चैलेंजेस ड्यू टू दिस काइंड ऑफ इवेंट्स. तो लोगों ने क्या किया? People created their own manifestation to create their own hegemony over the political parties, social organizations, and religious institutions. We saw that there are often religious clashes and turmoil at various parts. हमने क्या देखा? There were clashes, and the Hindu majority people tried to dominate over the other sections of society. So this is because of this. So write in a very coherent manner and emphasizing on the part of historical perspective. Concluding with that, the next question. Illustrate the social causes of prostitution and violence against women. वैश्यावृत्ति का धार्मिक प्रकार क्या है? What is the cause of prostitution and violence against women? So from the traditional part of society, that means in ancient society or traditional society, there were kings ruling in India, and there was Nawab Shahi. So in this culture, there was a patriarchal mindset. Patriarchal society रही, लोगों का mindset ऐसा रहा that women is a subject of man. Women should be exploited according to the need of the students and need of the men in the society. So women are to be used according to needs of society and mainly men dominance. तो इन्होंने क्या किया? Where there were women, they should be exploited, and after the many cases when there is woman becomes widow, तो उसे हम क्या करते थे? ब्राइडल बर्निंग करते थे, सती प्रथा. And in middle of this, which some of the women escaped and joined some of the prostitution institutions. तो हम देखते हैं कलकत्ता के कुछ क्षेत्र में, दिल्ली के कुछ एरियाज में, there are girls who are kidnapped, forcefully लाया गया, and there are rescued women. तो कई क्षेत्रों कई समस्याएं हैं, पॉवर्टी है, many parents are not able to feed their children, illiteracy है, and there are issues with girl child कि अब तो लड़की हो गई है, उसकी शादी में बड़ा खर्चा होगा, उसके लिए कैसी व्यवस्थाएं करनी पड़ेंगी, ये तो बहुत बड़ी समस्या है. इससे बचने के लिए बहुत सारे हम देखते हैं केसेस होते हैं, फीमेल फेटिसाइड, इन्फेंटिसाइड. अगर उसके बाद भी अगर लड़की बच जाती है तो लोग डोनेट कराते हैं. You heard about देवदासी सिस्टम. देवदासी सिस्टम में कन्यादान, लोग आश्रमों में जाके बच्चियों को दान कराते हैं. After that, the girl child is exploited, and after few years, she is sent to area of prostitution. So this is a grave challenge for the Indian women living in the cities as well as villages. So there is need to recover the people from this kind of incidents. Now, so these are the regions. Highlight these regions and conclude with the solution. आप conclude में जब भी लिखेंगे तो conclusion में आप add करेंगे कुछ factors को. Conclusionary remark giving solution of female protection and efforts by government. Government ने supply scheme जारी की, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ. ऐसी स्कीम्स का आप जिक्र करें। ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हाउ द करप्शन कॉजेज द ब्लैक मनी, एनालाइज इट। व्हाट इज करप्शन? बच्चों पहले आप इसे इलस्ट्रेट करें कि व्हाट इज करप्शन, भ्रष्टाचार क्या है। आपने अभी देखा था बहुत बड़ा आंदोलन रामलीला मैदान में चल रहा था, दैट वाज अन्ना हजारे, मैं भी अन्ना, तू भी अन्ना, अब तो सारा देश है अन्ना। तो करप्शन क्या है? करप्शन इज अ मैल प्रैक्टिस ऑफ हैविंग bribery in sitting to a government office or a political or a private office. So bribery, so ये क्या है? मोरल एस्केलेशन है। ये व्यक्ति की व्यक्तिगत भ्रष्टाचार के अंदर आ गया, जो नीतिगत रूप से भी विरोधाभासी है। When a person is become morally escalated, he becomes greedy through the needs of his family or needs of his मेटरलिस्टिक कल्चर। आप देख रहे हैं आजकल मेटरलिस्टिक कल्चर है, जिसमें कि हर जगह लोगों को दिखाना है दैट आई हैव बिग गाड़ी, वी हैव बिग बंगलो, वी हैव ह्यूज सेल फोन कॉस्टिंग 1 लाख रुपीज, एप्पल के आईफोन, दैट इज सिग्निफिकेंट सिंबल, डायमंड्स, गोल्ड ज्वेलरीज, दैट आर ऑल कॉजेज ऑफ करप्शन इन द ह्यूमन माइंड। तो लोगों के मन में ये लगता है कि हमें अच्छी चीजें दिखानी चाहिए, एंड दैट शोज अ सोशल स्टेटस। In order to gain pseudo social status, झूठी मूठी सामाजिक प्रतिष्ठा दिखाने के लिए लोग बहुत सारे मटेरियलिस्टिक चीजों को यूज करते हैं, एंड दैट बिकम्स अ पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ डेली लाइफ। तो लोगों को लगता है कि यार पैसे का सोर्स बहुत तरीके से होना ही चाहिए, एंड फॉर दैट रीजन वी मस्ट हैव मोर एंड मोर सोर्स ऑफ मनी, मोर सोर्स ऑफ मनी। So richness and wealthy lifestyle is also a problem, that rich person are respected, they are promoted with higher ranks, they are dignified, and they are taken at a significant level. So the other people of the society feel discriminated, and after getting a good job, they started a corrupt practice in their society. So in present scenario, there are many acts which have been formulated. अभी क्या है, बहुत सारे एक्ट सरकार ने बनाए हैं इस एंटी करप्शन मैकेनिज्म। तो विसल ब्लोअर एक्ट हो गया, विसल ब्लोअर प्रोटेक्शन, फिर आरटीआई आ गई, राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन से आपको सारी जानकारी मिल जाती है, क्या घोटाला हुआ है, चीजें कहाँ जा रही हैं। एंड देयर इज ऑफिस ऑफ आरटीआई ऑफिसर, देयर इज सेंट्रल विजिलेंस कमिश्नर, उसके पास आप इंफॉर्मेशन डाल सकते हैं। देयर इज सीबीआई which caters all kind of cases of corruption. There is enforcement directorate, ये लगातार न्यूज में बनी रहती है। प्रवर्तन निदेशालय करप्शन के केस को रोकने के लिए बनाई गई है। It is a centralized agency which looks into the matters of prolonged corruption, so foreign funding से संबंधित और इंडियन मनी से संबंधित कोई करप्शन हो रहा है तो ईडी देखती है। And there is FERA and FEMA Act. FERA and FEMA Act are there, that are all parts of anti-corruption measures. In RBI, Reserve Bank of India itself has a ombudsman system. RBI का अपना ombudsman है which looks after the financial frauds happening across you through Paytm or UPI or any kind of such things. So आशा करता हूँ कि आपको ये लेक्चर समझ में आया होगा, आप अच्छे से पढ़ाई कर रहे होंगे और अच्छा रिजल्ट लाने के लिए मेहनत कर रहे होंगे। सो एंडिंग दिस लेक्चर, आई बिलीव यू गेट द ग्रास्प ऑफ इट, मेक नोट्स एंड ऐड विद द करंट अफेयर नोट्स आल्सो। थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस डे। जय हिंद, जय भारत।